God has me on this whole new thing. And some people have called it Speak Up Sunshine, but the title he actually gave me was Silence Isn't Golden.
I love that.
And we've heard that phrase like our entire lives, and probably have said it a time or two. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. Don't say anything because silence is golden. And then if well, should I get involved? No, silence is golden. Well, no, it's not. No, it's really not. And we've that's a big misconception that the church has, is that let's not get involved. Let's not say anything because number one, your biggest issue is because you don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
That's your number one issue. But they'll say, let's not say anything. Let's kind of stay out of it. Let's stay neutral. Let's stay neutral. And
don't make any waves.
Yeah, let's not make any waves. Speaking of Florida, let's not make no waves.
Yeah.
And so the church has got this whole idea of let's just keep silent and let's just kind of stay out of the way. That way we don't get drug into something, or we don't get, dragged into this or whatever. But the Lord spoke to me when I was asleep, and he said, silence isn't golden, but it can cost you everything. And so I began to really meditate on this and ponder on this. And I was like, God, what do you mean silence isn't golden? And so he took me, of course, to the scripture in Ecclesiastes where it says there's a time to keep silent and then there's a time to speak. Well, this is not the time to keep silent that we're living in. There is times that you do keep silent, but this is not it. This is the time that we need to open our mouth. And so this is my main scripture, and I've got my notes right here, so I'm going to look at it. But
awesome. Yeah, you're good.
Ephesians 5:11 says, in the King James Version, it says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Well, in the English Standard Version, and this is one of my favorites, it says, take no part of the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Well, then I was like, okay, I got to find out what these other translations are saying. So I went to the Message translation, which is one of my favorites because it's the woman translation and it fills in all the blanks. And so this one, it's a more detailed description. But in the Message, it says this. And this is going to set the tone for the whole program. It says, don't waste your time on useless work, mere busy work, the barren pursuits of darkness. Expose these things for the sham they are. It's a scandal when people waste their lives on things they must do in the darkness where no one will see. Rip the cover off those frauds and see how attractive they look in the light of Christ. Wake up from your sleep, climb out of your coffins. Christ will show you the light. So watch your step, use your head, make the most of every chance you get. These are desperate times. And when I read that, I was like, okay, this is my scripture for the next year.
Yeah.
And, people want to get all over us, every Sunday or Tuesday. And they want to say, well, all you do is just go on a rant. All you do is just yell. You just go on a rant about things happening in the nation and all this. No, we're doing what Ephesians 5:11 says, and we're ripping off the cover and exposing the darkness and exposing them for the sham that they are.
Yep.
And so this is what the Lord is telling me right now about silence isn't golden, because you'll never rip off that cover and expose the sham of the darkness if you can't even open your mouth to speak. I mean, you're going to be like that meme, that guy who holds up the cardboard sign and has always got a different message. It's like, boycott this or stand for this or that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, your sign might get attention, but life and death is in the power of the tongue. And if we don't open our mouth and speak right now, then what good are you? What good are we doing if we can't open our mouth and speak? And so that's where the Lord has me right now, is just in a time of, just like the Message translation says, it says, make the most of every chance you get. I'm done with being silent, Jeff. I'm done with watching what I say. Yeah. I'm done with sugarcoating things, because I want to be that person when all this comes to a close and all this is said and done, that is on that list of people who dared to open their mouth. And so just like today on this program, I'm making the most of every chance I get.
Mm-hmm.
If I offend somebody, oh well. It happens.
Yep.
I'm sure this won't be the first time I've ever offended anybody.